Matt said yesterday he wanted guys, when they watch the film, to see how interrelated like everything was. Like, missing a block on like a bubble screen and stuff like that. How do you see guys like respond to that and take it onto the practice field?
I thought that was exceptional. We watched the film as a whole team, and Coach stood up there and went play by play and how things need to be done differently offensively, defensively for that side of the ball, but just so the defense could see what the offense was doing and what the opponent was doing to us to make us do certain things and vice versa. So I thought that was really good. Your second part of your question was?
Just how do you see guys take that to the field, I guess, so far?
I don't know if there was anything in that meeting they could take to the field from other than just the energy and attitude and willingness to go out there and fix the issues, and they did that. Started yesterday. It was a real spirited practice.
What's Dylan's confidence level just after a game like that with the 3 interceptions?
Super confident. He's not swayed at all. Again, he understands he'd like to have some of those throws back, but it's Coach just said it best. I mean, that's one day we got punched in the face. We don't just quit now. We keep fighting and we keep working. We're building something special here.
With the perimeter blocking, has it been something in practices you've seen that's been better and it just hasn't translated to the games, or how would you decide that?
We knew and know we have an issue that we have to continue to improve. We've attacked it. That's the bad stuff. The bad thing is being reactionary, which I was reactionary to it. I saw it the whole time, and I needed to get out in front of it. But the last 2 weeks we've been working extremely hard on it. I think it's getting better and better and better. Hopefully, as we go through the season, it becomes a weapon for us.
You did go through the film and you saw routes developing and receivers getting out of their routes. What was preventing, do you think, in the second half when you had to drop back and throw a lot, your offense from being able to get downfield and make throws that weren't check downs most often?
Again, just the timing. There was a couple of them where there were receivers open, but Dylan had to move left and right, so he kind of got his eyes off of it. And by the time you get your eyes up, everything's moving really fast. He just checked it down. I'm extremely happy with the check downs for a young quarterback like that. But it was just timing. Sometimes your timing is off, and it just between Dylan, the tight end, the running back, and the receivers, it just did not gel up the way that we expected it to.
What's your level of concern right now with this far into the season with a run game that just really hasn't got on track? Your conventional run game, your running back run game.
Yeah, I think it's a lot on me. I have to commit to it. I think that I've gotten. We're really good getting the ball to Ja'Cory and the receivers and reverses and perimeter and all that stuff, which is weird because of our perimeter blocking, but that's been one of our strong things this year is our perimeter runs. I've got to make sure I get in the mindset of you have to, in order to win in this league, establish the run game. And so, through the bye week and through this past week, I think that, we're going to work towards getting back to that for sure.
Is that a matter of patience? Is that what we're talking about?
I think just a matter of making sure that I feel like we got the runs and the proper formations and personnel that we can hand the ball off and get 3 or 4 yards. Like I don't want to hand it off and just be stupid and hard-headed and say let's run at this big defensive line and get a yard just to say I ran the ball and it's 2nd and 9. So I just have to develop trust myself and make sure that I'm getting the proper plays called where we can attack the proper edges to fall for 4 or 5 yards and then eventually make a guy miss and go, have an explosive run.
Is there something unique to the Big Ten about establishing the run and the importance of doing it in this league?
I think so. Just, our weather's been really good so far. But I think as the year goes on, when you start playing those meaningful games in December, and it's cold and windy and rainy and snowy, I think you've got to be able to take a snap and hand the ball off, low degrees of difficulty. I think that's a huge part, and I think it's hard in this league because these defenses are really good and they're really coached up. The level of coaching in this league is very, very high.
You could probably highlight a bunch of things about this defense you're going to face, but what are a couple things that just jump to the front when you watched them?
They've got complex pressure schemes, they've got complex coverages, and they've got really good players. And so you throw those all into a hat. That's a pretty formidable opponent. I think the thing that they can do they've shown against everybody, they can rush 4, play coverage, and get to the quarterback, which is what we can't allow to happen. We got to make sure that we're, protecting the line of scrimmage and making sure that we're, helping out wherever we can and still being able to push the ball and get enough guys out to get open.
How tough is that move for like Micah? You went guard to tackle, and how do you think you did for his first time kind of.
I mean, he did good. I mean, he's a guard who was playing tackle, but just appreciative of his effort and mindset to go out there and try it. I mean, a lot of guys would be a little nervous to do that, and maybe they look bad and that they'd be embarrassed, but he didn't. He put it on for the team and went out there and fought.
How have your thoughts evolved through the season on the best way to use Harburg, whether it's run game or whatever it is?
I think that we can utilize, like you saw the other day. I think that's a scary way to use him because he turns into like a screen game. You throw him in there, he's getting 8 to 10 yards every time that he runs a play. I think that just the awareness of him being on the field by the opponent and what he can do, whether it be run a route, run the ball, throw the ball, run the option, run the zone read. I think that helps us because you always, as an opponent, have to prepare for that. And, we've shown that basically every single game this year that, we always have packages and plays for him to go out there and execute.
You guys ramped up Ja'Cory Barney's reps this last week. I mean, kind of, is that the new thought moving forward to get him more reps like we saw in the game last week?
For sure. I mean, he's one of the more explosive guys that we have on offense, and he's 18 years old and he's able to play 3 different positions and move around all over the field, and he does it without slowing down. So we're going to put as much as we can without affecting how fast he can play.
Was that the most Carter Nelson played like regular offense reps as well?
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Is that a goal moving forward?
Yeah, trying to get him going, especially these games at the end of the year are going to be really important, and we need as much depth as possible. And then Carter, with his size and athleticism and explosiveness can help us do a bunch of different things on the field.
Marcus, as a play caller, what's that target number for yards per play that you would aim for? That's within reason.
That's a good play. Or it's between 4 and 6. I don't know I honestly don't even know what leads the country in yards per play. What would be a top yards per play?
You guys are at 5.5 right now. That's why I asked.
Yeah, it's a great question. You stopped me. I don't want to lie to you. I don't know what's leading the country, but I want it to be a little bit more than what it is now, for sure.
8.
Thanks.